We are now really getting to the end of this whole process of writing a report, aren't we? We're up to number 6, and let's see how we go with it. Right, this is where we get to the nuts and bolts. Our conclusion is trying to help us understand what we predicted to start off with and maybe answer our research question for us. Alright, now this depends on how much data we've collected, and we have to be honest with this. So as you can see here, this is based upon the criteria, so let's delve a bit deeper. Right, I've called it what I can say for sure. So your whole conclusion should be something about 3 to 5 sentences, and you're telling me what your results are telling you. Alright, so you can see from my example here, I've made the conclusion that the salty water really does affect the growth of mung beans. My results show, so I'm delving back into my data and graph. An increase in the amount of salt or salinity slows the growth of the plants. All of my graphs show that the growth is less as the volume of salty water added each day increased. And then I tie it with my prediction. Right, this confirms or agrees with my original hypothesis or initial hypothesis. So you can see here, I've just tied together a heck of a lot of information that I gathered from doing the activity and made this is like making a prediction or conclusion from what we've done. Then it asks us to think about whether our data is reliable or accurate or precise. Now, I'll put here an example. Again, I've used long compound sentences to go through this. And I would expect you to come up with something like this as yours. I think we can't really say that our data is reliable, but we can say that I think it's okay because I've done enough trials. I've done 3 sets of data points or 5 data points here, and each change is my independent variable. Alright? I carefully measured and manipulated variables. That's an important part because we know that the thing called a fair test is when we have made sure only one variable in our activity has changed. Everything else has been kept constant. Right, and it talks about the fact that I control my other variables, and now I know that the thing that caused the change is the thing that I changed. In other words, my independent variable caused the change that I've observed. Alright, so it's not that hard. I would advise you to look at the other ones as well, the other videos I have on the thing as well. They look at it a slightly different way, but it's good.